The problem here is to reverse a linked list. So we have an example linked list with 4 nodes, where the first node is called the head node and the last node is known as the tail node, which points to a null value. Now, if you don't already know how a linked list works, I recommend watching a 20-minute detailed animated video on this channel. It breaks down everything you need to understand. You will find the link in the description below. Now, our goal is to reverse this linked list, and to do this, we will first take a look at the code, and then I will walk you through step-by-step visuals to make sure you understand exactly how the reversal works. First, we will start by defining the function that takes the head of the linked list as the input parameter. Inside the function, we will create 2 key variables, a variable called priv or previous, which will initially be set to none, and another variable called current, which will initially be set to the head node of the list. Let's move to our visuals now. First, we will remove the head and tail labels to simplify the diagram. Next, we will create the priv variable, which is initially set to none, meaning it has no value. Then, we will create the current variable, which is set to the head node of the list. Next, we will run a while loop that continues as long as the current node is not none, meaning there is still a node to process. And in each iteration of the loop, we will create a variable called next node, which will store the next node of the current node. And then we'll update the next pointer of the current node to point to the previous node. And then we'll move the previous variable to the current node and the current variable to the next node. And once the loop finishes, we'll return the previous variable, which will now be the new head of the reversed linked list. Now this code might seem a bit overwhelming at first, so let's break it down step by step with the visuals to make it crystal clear. So the while loop will run as long as the current is not none. And first, a variable next node will be created, which will initially be set to the next node of the current. And then the next pointer of the current node will be set to the previous variable, which is none. Then the previous variable will be set to the current. And let's just move this arrow behind to make the diagram visually appealing. At last, the current will be set to the next node. And this process will continue as long as the current is not none. Now at this moment, the current variable is none, so the algorithm will stop here. The previous variable now holds the new head of the reversed linked list. And that's all there is to reversing a linked list. The algorithm uses only one loop, so it runs in linear time, and the space complexity is constant because no extra memory is required. You can find the link of the code and the problem statement in the description box below.